Hi, this is Micah with Silicon Valley Global News. I'm here at AWE, the Augmented World Expo, talking to Jeri
Ellsworth.
Ellsworth, yes, I mispronounced her name earlier. I just want to make sure I got that correct. Jeri Ellsworth, she's the CEO of Till 5. I got to try another demo of Till 5, completely changed my mind. And I am really enjoying the experience and optimistic. And there's a lot more information that I have now that I can share with you, but we're gonna hear it directly from Jeri. So go ahead and first of all, I want to say that when I tried the Till 5 today, and Jeri walked me through it, I was able to really experience the controller as a stick-soft controller. I was able to lean in and lean back and see the different scale of it. I can tell you that I have a much greater understanding of the technology behind it. It is a lightfield experience. You're not going to get a display like this in anywhere else for anything close to the price of what Till 5 is offering.
So true, so true. Yeah, it's interesting. You probably came by and got a really quick demo at some other trade show. It's hard to understand the full value proposition when you're just clipping through at 20 seconds or so. But it's great. I'm happy that we got a chance to sit down with you and explain, what's going on. So when we designed the system, we looked at everything and every industry out there, and we made some decisions. So what audience are we going after? What kind of optimizations do we want to make for that? And so me and my co-founder, we're gamers at heart. So even though we were looking at medical and data visualization and all these things that would be, we'd solve a bunch of problems for those industries, it's always games. So we made compromises on the product to optimize it for close-up gameplay experiences. And what we're excited about is we're solving some big problems in the living room around video games, right? It's hard to play a multiplayer game in the living room. There's some that you can play multiplayer, Smash Brothers or something all on one screen, but there's nothing in the round like coming together and having this kind of communal experience, and that's really powerful. And so when we started to design the product, we're okay, let's just make it within arm's reach, and let's make it as big a field of view as possible. We need to be able to play for 3 hours, because when you play a game, you're going to sit there and play. So things like actually generating a light field was important for us, And so after we took all these factors into account, we're okay, this is what we're going to add and this is what we're going to leave out. We're not going to try to boil the ocean and make something where you can walk around the world and monsters are popping out of the building, because that's going to be expensive. Yep. It's going to limit the field of view and the color depth and the contrast, and we won't be able to do a light field display. Instead, let's turn the problem inside out, and let's say you're anchored to a table. So now we have all this area in front of you to turn into the display. So we used this special material called retro reflector that you lay out as a game board on your table, and we actually project the light out to the game board, which then retro reflects it back to you and lets us set up a light field.
So when I first tried this in March, it was a really fast experience, like you were saying. Yeah. And I was surprised because I expected it to be exactly like some of the other devices that I tried. The content is really focused on the board itself. But what I've realized since then is I've tried some of the lightfield displays from other companies. This is not like a television. You're seeing real 3D graphics. They really do pop. They're mostly focused on the material, because that is essential to how this display works, as you were saying. The material itself is reflective, and it's part of it. So the glasses and the material are somehow communicating. Yep. That's creating your amazing visual experience that more than one person can see at the same time.
That's right. It's this whole volume in front of you. It's let the Wookiee win on Star Wars, right? We've dreamed about that since 1978 or whenever that movie came out. It's and we see it in every sci-fi movie. We've created that. Desktop holograms, And then what we're finding is, even though we're hyper-focused on games, we're bringing games to the system from third parties, a lot of professional users have started to find our system, and they're $359, I can buy 10 of these for the price of one of the, walk-around AR systems, because our problem is collaborating around the table, working on data visualization, or analyzing, architectural data, and I'm really shocked. And universities are like buying these in bulk now and putting them in their labs.
So that's a great point. And what I saw today at AWE that was different from the past was I saw a much bigger board that folds up. And as I was talking to Jeri, she was explaining that these boards, like I said, can we have like a board that is 100 inches, like 100-inch television? Can you imagine 100-inch television for like less than $1,000? I mean, and it's not like a regular TV. Again, this is like 3D in it from every point of view.
That's why our shirts say "Ready, Set, Fucking Hologram." So that was a. Well, I hope I can say it on your podcast.
Go ahead, yeah. I'm the free press.
The reason we printed those T-shirts was sometimes when you're, especially in this XR space, you get so focused on waveguides and pixels and slam tracking and the technology behind it. But what we're really selling is like tabletop holograms for people. Like, flip open the game board and this magical world spills across the table. It's kind of poking up out of the table. You can reach in, touch things, and you can use the wand to poke things. And we have some drivers coming. They'll do hand tracking.
There's a giant spherical display that you told me about.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, those guys. Someone bought our kit and they're building a geodesic dome out of like fiberglass, and they're putting this reflector inside so multiple people can go do entertainment experiences in this big dome. The value proposition for them is super wide field of view. They can set up this depth of field, between the user and the virtual objects coming back, so people can be in it for a while. And our lenses are so big, they're wide open, they don't feel claustrophobic. You can be in there with your friends and you can connect with your friends. And that's also part of the reason, like, some people are like, why'd you make the glasses big? You could have made them smaller. And we're like, well, we want them to feel open and airy and light. And
I mean, I've covered and I've filmed lightfield displays in the past on my news channel, but they're talking about, if you want a 50-inch display, you're looking at $50,000.
Oh yeah.
And here we're talking about a lightfield display, that might cost less than $1,000. That's 100 inches. Maybe. I don't know what the prices are.
I mean, it's $359.
$359 for what size?
Same price as like you get a Nintendo Switch.
$359 for
you get everything. You get the wand, the game board. It's a big game board and everything.
That's huge.
Yeah, and then it's
value
expandable.
proposition.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in light field displays.
Yeah.
Like, if I had my choice.
This is a lightfield display.
Yeah. If I had my choice, I wouldn't wear glasses. If I could sprinkle pixel dust on the table and holograms pop out of it, that's what I would do in a heartbeat, and that's what we'd be selling. I believe, someday, when the cost starts to come down on light field displays, the compute is like within reason. You're not going to have to pay $50,000 and have like a bank of computers to do it. Like, our system just runs off Android phone. It runs off of just your standard PC. We can even run multiple glasses off one PC because we do all of this processing in the headset, and the PC doesn't have to do all this heavy lifting like on these big displays or big VR systems.
So I'm really glad that I came down here and connected with you, because my understanding of what this is.
I could see the skepticism in your eyes.
But you've converted me. So
all right.
Thank you very much.
You can order one. You can order one. We're in mass production now, so you can just go get them now.
It's on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Browbeat you into it. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.